Okay, I wanted to talk about my M1 Garand at this time. I'm gonna have to do this fast because my wife forgot to charge my phone last night, so it's a low battery. Uh, this is my M1 Garand that I got back from the CMP back in 2006. Now I know that some people call it a Garand and some people call it a Garand, so I pronounce it both ways to try and placate both sides here. Although me using both ways, I probably pissed off both sides, but yeah, tough. Anyway, this particular M1, according to the serial number, it's in the 3 million range. This is a Springfield Armory, which is where most M1 Garands were made, and 3 million range. And according to the serial number, I looked it up. It was made sometime in September of 1944, which means it could have seen action in Europe and Asia, or Europe or Asia, I should say, in World War II, and it probably saw service in the Korean War, possibly. But in around 1957, the year I was born, by the way, this rifle was refurbished and it was sent to the Greek army at the time. The Greeks were part of NATO, and Greece is a poor country. They couldn't afford modern battle rifles then. So the United States gave them a bunch of M1 Garands for their army. And they held on to those Garands until like 2005, and they finally returned them. And these rifles were graded by the civilian marksmanship program, and they were sold off. And this particular rifle I bought is what they call a service grade, which is a high grade, which is a pretty high grade M1 Garand. And at the time I paid about $500 for it. And the interesting thing about this particular rifle is the front handguard here. If the wife can get close to this front handguard here, and you can see that this front handguard was replaced by the Greeks, and it was replaced by one of their own with some of their own wood. This is Greek wood that they made for this front handguard, and you can see that it's sort of a different type of wood than the original stock, and it's finished. It's sort of milled rougher than the stock. Now, I left this on the gun instead of getting a new front forwards handguard because it's part of the patina for this rifle. This is part of what the rifle's been through over its years. Now, since this rifle here is a service grade, the barrel is in really nice shape. The rifling is really excellent. It shoots really nice. I've been shooting the Greek HXP, I guess they call it, ammunition in it, and it shoots great. 100 yards is nothing for this rifle. It's 30-06, and 30-06 is a very powerful round. Now I'm sure you guys there hope that I'm going to get M1 thumbed for the first time doing this. Oof. Anyway, I just wanted to show off this particular rifle, and to show you guys on the M1 Garand and M1 Carbine site on Facebook, the rifle that I picked up. It's just a typical CMP rifle, and it's typical of all the M1 Garands. Just a real tough, accurate, and well-made, reliable rifle. This rifle can still be used on the battlefield today. Well, that's all I got to say. So thank you very much. Thank you for the wife, except for not charging the phone in time. Thank you.